we will be featuring the one, the only, the legend, GM DandyDrew, a longtime supporter of the channel. Also a very good player, more importantly. A much better player than me, an analytical player. I think he has a lot to offer. I would like to hear his opinions on a few things regarding the world of Catan. So let's do that. Yo, DandyDrew.
Yes. Hey, we good?
We are good. How are you today, Drew?
Awesome, man. Had a super great weekend. Busy, ate a bunch of food, and
Oof.
saw a bunch of friends, and can't think of a better way to end it than being with you guys today. So.
Oh, Chad, that's so sweet.
Yeah, well, man, I'm excited. Honestly, David, like you've been crushing it, since you started, streaming and really kind of bringing to the community. So I'm honored to be here.
What is the context behind the origin of your name?
So my first week of college, we did kind of like everyone get to know each other game. You had to say your name and then you had to say an adjective with the first letter. So they came up with DandyDrew.
Okay.
And the guy that came up with that, I actually ran into him this weekend. And I haven't seen him in like 8 years. Super funny that you mentioned that. Yeah, he's the reason DandyDrew exists.
The first segment is going to be the trial of the mind. I'm going to play an auto match. I'm going to ask you to take a look at the board, but not comment on it. I'm then going to ask you a question. After you answer that question, you will then provide a little bit of commentary on the board. So you're going to have to keep some of that in mind. That is the trial.
Okay. And I will say this, I do not know the nature of the questions.
Okay, so take a look. No need to make a comment. I'll give you about 30 seconds and then we'll jump in. Okay, I'm going to ask you to jump out. Question number 1. What was the situation around you getting into Catan? I guess sub-question, what got you into Catan?
So I've always been kind of a competitive person. I actually started Catan with some friends probably like 4 or 5 years ago. Probably, I don't know, about 12 months ago, I ended up meeting with another friend. We played and I did really bad. I completely lost. I don't know, I just had like a little fire to figure out like, next time I play, I'm going to do better. And then, you find out about Catan Universe and you go down the rabbit hole, you watch a couple of delighted videos, and then I kind of fell in love with the game and the community. So yeah, I think that's one of the best ways to stumble upon the situation.
All right, would you like to tune into the stream or to the game even and have a look?
Yeah, did you want me to look or did you want to ask me questions on the board?
Yeah, thank you for reminding me.
Let me keep you on track.
Comments on the board last time you saw it.
There was 3 key spots. The first was the 8-5-10, which was an ore wheat wood spot. Which had one of the best, I'd say, kind of ore wheat combinations. That one's really good. I love the 695 over on the right hand corner, which had a wood port. It was like just a wooden brick, and I remember the brick was pretty rare. I would probably pick that one.
Okay.
Personally, and then the bottom had a 693, which was the best wheat and the wheat port in the 3-1. Which I thought was also very flexible on the way back.
Question number 2. Who is your favorite player and favorite Catan creator within this community?
Man, there's so many great players. There's so many different styles too. That's the thing. It's not like there's one style that's really optimal. I would say who I've had the most fun with and learned a lot from is probably a player called Cool KP. He's actually been a little quiet recently. Extremely good objective player, but also his tracking is off the charts. He'll know exactly what's in your hand and probably know what you're doing before you do it. So there's definitely kind of a mind game aspect to it. So Cool KP, and his banter is just a lot of fun, which anyone who knows me, I love good banter. There's a lot to be said about the ability to track effectively, right? You're going to make smarter deals. You're going to know people's game plans. You're going to know which kind of risk you can take. So to me, it's one of the top meta skills. You don't necessarily have to track all the time in every card, but the players who can do it almost like on a subconscious level, it just makes your game so much better, so much easier.
And content creator?
It is a growing field. I think what you're doing is, I think it's a fantastic bridge of playing competitively, which, I see you're always pushing for the Grandmaster and getting in and coming back and getting it.
39 time, baby.
You're also entertaining. And I think from a streaming perspective, that's important, right? Is you want to be good at the game, but also entertaining enough to keep people engaged. I have a big shout out to DJ.
Absolutely
he's
valid.
One of the OGs.
Yes, we love
extremely
DJ.
Good player. And he's also very much part of the community. Vamos Cosmos is fantastic as well.
Yeah.
And of course, Delighted. I think a lot of predicates Delighted and what he's done. I can't pick one.
Yeah.
If I had to say the most, obviously you, of course, David, but the most well-rounded and just kind of involved and also really high level, then I'd probably go to DJ.
What do you remember about the board last time you saw it? Actually, a lot has happened. Wait, we might have to do the questions quicker. All right. Well, why don't you tune in? Stuff's happening.
All right.
Quicker than I thought.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, whoa is correct.
When you have such a strong spot. And there's the 2.
Oh my god, dude. I can't believe it. Okay, what is, in your opinion, the most underrated Catan strategy?
Well, right now, anyone who knows me, I play something called the side-by-side. which is having two settlements close to one another, essentially within 2 to 3 roads. And the idea is that you're going to have your own part of the board. You can connect for road. You double up on a really strong hex. So I'm really enjoying side by side.
An example of that would be, for example, red had the 695 and then this 1154 next door.
You could consider that side by side because they're close enough to connect, but with 2 roads. So typically, like a side by side would be like the 693 at the bottom and then the 348 right next to it, where you have your own section of the board.
Yeah. And the
it's
ports.
Extremely difficult to block. So I play that strategy a lot. Doesn't always work out, of course, but I have a lot of fun doing it. Great strategy for 3rd or 4th. Right? When you don't have best ore and wheat, maybe you might want to try a side by side.
Next question. In the Catan Universe ELO system, below Grandmaster, we have Diamond. What would you say is the biggest difference between a Grandmaster and a Diamond player?
Probably consistent game plans, as far as knowing, like, if you are consistently getting top elo and Grandmaster, then you're probably going into your setups with a good plan. Like, for instance, when I settle, I kind of get a good sense of where my first 6 to 7 points are going to come from, and then the rest is how you adapt to the board, the trades you make. I am placing with the plan, and because of that, I'm consistently, maybe not winning all my games, but I'm winning quite a few. I think there's a lot to be said about good planning. I think what separates a lot of these players is it's not like one big thing, but it's the ability to make small, good decisions consistently that compound. Also sticking to principles too, right? The guy who pointed the road in, like, he might get away with it.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you're better off going towards ports.
Question number 5. What would be your top 3 tips for newcomers to Catan?
Wait, I would definitely start watching some high-level play. That would be the number 1. So go to Delighted, Hakuna Matata, which I forgot to mention. Matata, he's a beast.
Yes.
And he's been putting out great content. So I'm sorry, Matata. You are definitely one of the stars right now. Start to watch high-level gameplay. There's a lot of streamers that are participating in tournaments and kind of talking through their process. Then secondly, I'd say from that, start to learn some basic setups, right? Learn about ore wheat sheep. Learn about, like, road strategies. Even side by side is something. You look at the board and say, hey, maybe I'm going to go ore wheat sheep this time because I can get the ore and the wheat and then the sheep on the way back. So I think getting good setups. Lastly, I would start to be conscious of trading, because that's a huge part of playing, not just Catan in general, but also, like, if you want to be a little bit more competitive and make things happen, you got to trade. I guess start to learn about, like, how to talk the table a little bit and kind of figure out what people need and work that angle. I would say probably of all those, if I had to say, like, here's the one way to accelerate your game. Just, if you're completely new to Catan, go learn about ore wheat sheep. That is like the first thing you're going to learn. That's probably going to get you to beat your friends 60, 70, 80% of the time.
But it's very meta, right? Because the game is like, oh, you get to move around and settle, and it's just fun, and then you get motherfuckers winning without even building another settlement. It's crazy.
There are times to play it, and there are times not to, and that comes with experience.
I'd be surprised if a lot of families were doing heavy ore wheat sheep setups and pulling 5 devs a turn,
Probably not. Probably not.
It'd be funny.
Everyone loves wood and brick early on.
Do you want to come check into this game?
Oh man, is Homeboy about to win? I think he wins here, right? He just flips a knight.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, while we look at this very sad screen, I will ask you my final 2 questions. If you could change one thing about Catan Universe, what would it be?
For most part, it's pretty good. If I had to choose one thing, I would love more VC options.
Nice. And finally, what do you think is the best and worst dev card in base game?
Oh, it's not even a question. Best is mono.
Ooh.
I've always said they should take that down to 1 card instead of 2, because it's too broken. Now, what I'd say worst, it depends on when you get it, right? Because there's, like, phases of the game, and, like, the dev cards have different value in different phases.
This is true.
If you're playing ore wheat sheep, for instance, pulling a road builder as your first card is like, you've been praised by God, because like, you don't have a lot of wood and brick. If I had to pick one card, probably the road builder overall, because it does lose its value as the game goes on.
I think it's the only card which in the late game you can have potentially 0 value for.
Yeah, especially when you have nowhere to settle and you hold. I just played a game earlier where I had 2 road builders and I had nowhere to go. But it could be one of the best cards too early on.
Segment 2. Here we go. That game went pretty quickly. Second trial of wood, because I am dumb and you are big, clever analyzer. This will be an opportunity to go as deep analytically into this game as possible together, to analyze everything we see, to answer any questions from chat. Immediately, we got to settle. What's up?
All right, so I'm always thinking about a few things. I'm looking at flexibility, I'm looking at production, and I'm looking at rare resources. And there's kind of one that just screams to me, which is 8-5-10. You're going to get the best ore. You're going to get the best wheat. I'll go 8-5-10, by the way, top left.
Oh, the time. Holy shit. Point left? Yeah.
This is also a good point as well. Some people like to point towards, like, one particular area, like the 5-2 or the 8-3. I almost think 80% of the time, 90% of the time, you're better off going towards the coast. You're going to go towards a port, but then you also have 2 settle spots. And also there is some likelihood maybe you might get plowed. So I think you're better off having the option to get your 2 settles on the coast and getting the port. So I'll make a statement for everyone.
Ooh.
If you can learn to win with production, general just high production, you can win a lot of games. There's a lot to be said about producing a hell of a lot of cards, getting to a decent port, and making that work. And luckily for us, we have the best ore and the best wheat, so we're gonna have a really nice game. I do think there is something to be said about staying flexible. So for instance, you know, maybe getting settle spots that are close to each other might give you the possibility to have that side-by-side effect where you might be able to take road in the right situations, or you might get blocked less. Now this is interesting.
This 643 is speaking to me.
It could get taken here, so
I think also it's so good for blue, yeah. 10-9-2 behind us, 10-3-11. Ooh, 10-3-11 will get taken by blue.
Red has a road in hand.
The sheep port is interesting as well. If we take the 10-8 and hit the 9-10 with the 5-2 behind, it's also very interesting, I think.
Letting blue have the 3-10-11, I prefer not to do that. You could go either way. If you want to play a straight or we cheap, you could go 8-10 or 8-3. I kind of like the 10-3-11 just because, hey, it's going to double up on your 10. You do get some of the brick, you get a little bit of sheep. And if you get something like the 10-2-9, you've got a really, really good game.
Let's do it.
Let's try it.
Let's do it.
Interesting. Oh, and they steal the brick.
Brutal.
Oh, the 4s are really popping off, which is unfortunate because, you know, it should have just as much likelihood as a 10.
Would you def here?
I think I would.
Knight, okay.
There is a really big discussion to be had in the Catan like space as far as like really good pacing. To be able to like stay a little bit behind, not make yourself a big target, you know, be the one that's favorable in trades, right? Because they don't feel like you're as threatening as other people.
Ooh,
Stay patient.
there we
Here
go.
we go.
There we go. Nice 10. So I would never give the wood here, but I would maybe give 1 wheat.
I wouldn't give it to red. You have so much trade value with gray right now.
Yeah, red is spooky. If I had been solo playing this, my instinct would have been getting the trade. It's a good trade for me. You know, the patience is a big deal.
You'll probably do like a wheat for 2 cards here. Take that up and add a sheep.
Yeah.
I think that's a decent deal. Or even 2 brick.
Oh, no, an ore and a brick is even better, right?
Yeah, we can do that. I'm looking for value trades, yeah. I look at it as 2 options. You can hold for the city and drop a road to the 3-1. Yeah, I wouldn't fight red right now. I mean, I would just drop the road to the 3-1.
Oh, takes road. Way to make yourself a target.
Yeah. See, this is just problem with pacing. If you're feeling spicy, you could definitely rob red and try to grab a wheat.
Dude, he's literally it's like a 1 in 7. He definitely also has wood. I mean...
So either you grab the settle or you potentially could grab a city. Yeah, so either, you know, if you get a sheep, that's good too. All right, yeah, pop it, Dev.
Oh.
There you go. So now there might be a possibility. You know,
10-9-2 potentially, yeah.
And I still think because red is taking road, he's going to be the target, right? He might put it back on the 12. He might put it on the 9.
Dude, the 12 is a psychotic block. Just block the 9, man. He did it again. Oh, hello.
So now you have a city in hand, but I think if we can make a road settle play, can you do 2 war for 2 wood?
He says no.
Even 3 war for 2 wood.
Gray says yes. Okay. Worth it?
It's worth it.
I think you get this all back, man. I honestly do.
Yeah.
For the 10-9-2. Greedy red. So greedy. Of all the people to give 3 or 2, Gray is probably the best. Like, he doesn't have any wheat. A city on the 9-4-3. That is a trade that I wouldn't have really thought of just because it feels so expensive. But actually, doing it with Gray is, like, optimal.
That's one way you could look at it. Hey, let's go.
I think card is probably valid here just because the wheat, when it rolls, will always be enough.
Yeah. I mean, once the 10 rolls, they're going to be absolutely rocking. So I would probably dev.
I think the 2 is destiny to pull a dev. Nice. Second knight. No one else has dev in hand. 10. No. Oh, let's go.
This is kind of like what happened with the other game, right? Like the Orwee cheap player is trying to build a ton of roads. He needs to start getting pacing on knights, seeing that you're buying knights as well.
Oh, nice 3.
You could probably do like a wheat for a sheep and another card.
Yeah, blue has hella sheep right now for sure. This 12 has remained blocked for a long time. Ooh, we unclogged the hand. So money. He says yes immediately. This is the money trade, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so good. So good, dude. Oh my god.
And now red is overextended and lost it all.
Yo, red has already lost it all. Oh my god, what a mess.
You still have the ability to connect for road. And I still think the 4 is the right block.
Ooh.
Okay. That's fine, but this is why we have the backup knight. What blue's going to do is they're going to start just going dev, right? Yeah, they might even be able to pop twice here.
If they double dev here, you need to secure army, surely.
For sure.
Afterwards. Oh, the 7. Okay, I wonder who he robs here. Nice.
Yeah. A 10 would be just a monster. Okay. You could city. Yeah, I think the fact that you're 1 dev away from army is worth it. And any card is good, right? Like,
I would agree.
Yachts are great, monos. Something tells me you're not going to get a knight, though. Let's go for it. Why not?
There's good odds to get a knight here. I smell a point, to be honest. There we go.
All right, perfect. So now
That
we're
is
sitting at
perfect.
7. Also 2 roads away from longest. There could be some interesting plays depending on how the rolls develop here.
All right, what is the block here?
It's either the 4 or the 5. I'd probably hit the 5. I just feel like that's such a monster roll. Yeah,
Ooh,
there you go.
nice. Nice 8. Dev?
Probably Dev, man. You know the game.
No point still. Another knight.
And now, like 10 rolls, you drop a city. Maybe find a way to even road settle on the 5. That's another point.
Even though Gray's setup is trash and he doesn't seem like a good player, he could still have point in hand, take sneaky road, and settlement would put him at 9.
Exactly.
Is
So
it worth
there's
building
2.
onto the 8 here?
I would probably build on the 5.
As in terms of taking road, like lengthening, but also like 8-3 around the corner or whatever. You think the 5?
Right now, I would say yeah. Or you could buy a Dev.
We can do both. I mean, we can road and dev here.
I would
Or
hold on to your hand. Just
Think?
drop the road.
just drop a road. Okay. Road is gone. Okay, blue has road. They pull.
So essentially, we have to.
Oh, they double pull.
This is fine. That's fine. I don't think he's gonna hold road.
Blue is very annoying here. Nice wood.
You need anything to get you a Dev here.
Yeah. There it is.
Oh, perfect. All right, Dev it up.
Knight is fine, honestly.
This is okay. This is okay. Now, that being said, if he holds road and he has 2 or 3 VP, it's getting a little bit questionable. He couldn't win a wheat here if he has a lot.
What is this? Wheat and ore for a wood and a sheep? Never in your life. What the Dude, what?
Dude, the 6 is beating you to death. I mean, I think you could just try to drop a city. 10-9-2 is interesting.
I mean, 3-10 and 11 is also fine.
I'd probably go 10-9-2 just on the production side.
Yeah, just brute force it. Seems okay.
And then another 9 or 8 hits, and you drop another city, and you're almost
pass,
there. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Yeah, I think you're good to pass. And the 5 is still a good block,
Yeah.
given how strong Gray is.
Oh, the 3.
Okay. So we could be in the realm of potentially porting for a settle and then dropping the city for the win. It'll be interesting to see who he blocks here, but I think he has to block Gray. Yeah, I mean they're probably at 9.
I mean, we are, but we're also 8 with 1 in hand, so it's difficult.
I mean, I would
Yeah.
tell somebody, yeah, that's a bad play. He might think you're about to win, right?
I think we're fine because the 6 rolled and the 11 rolled, so you can't have settle in hand.
So now 5, you settle. All right, play the knight.
Gotta hit the 5, huh?
Our hope is that blue is going to settle, right?
Well,
That's our
blue
hope.
isn't even human anymore. I don't think we can rely on him. Oh, nice wood.
Oh, all right.
Nice wood. Nice 9.
Oh, not the best, but I mean, settle, and I guess we're just gonna have to figure it out. And pray,
Point's a
right?
point.
Pretty much got it in hand now. Oh, yeah, considering your 10 has not been really showing up, I think you've done a really nice job.
I think it's, what was it, 2 10s, 3 10s? Damn.
No, take road. That might have cost the game there.
Oh, but that is definitely the win for Gray. A close one. Really close.
It was really close.
I mean, we were pretty much just 1 roll behind.
They also played it very well too, right? And there you go, side by side. No, I think you played that really well. I mean, we got unfortunate with some rolls. I think you made the most of the position, and you got damn close.
Well, it is about that time. Do we have our GM guests? DJs, is he live? I think he might still be live. He is live.
What a guy.
Oh, okay, but he's also doing an announcement.
David, am I supposed to play with you?
Yes.
Oh, you're watching me, David? I gotta go play with Davbav.
Bum ba da ba da 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 da. Yo, DJs, man.
Hey, so I need to get on CU, don't I?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Bum ba da ba da 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 da. Rayman, welcome.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. Big fan of your stream and DJ's stream also.
Whoa. So,
David, can I start the table talk and praise Raymond a little bit more here? 'Cause
Yes,
I don't
please
feel
do
you
that.
gave him enough.
Yeah.
I do think Raymond actually, when you look at all the online Catan communities, Catan Community, King of Catan, and Catan Championship, has the best resume across all 3. He's just an absolute
oh,
monster in all 3 and has made finals in all 3.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but I do play a lot. I've played over 3,000 games in 2 years. So.
let's go.
It's
So,
actually our first game, David.
oh my god, this is the first time I've ever played against Drew.
Dude, what a board. What a board.
Wow.
This is
I
just
guess.
magical.
You know what? I'm between the 6-4-3 and the 9-5-10 here. 5-4-3 point down is obviously just greed. It's okay.
Good spot, good spot.
So, David, there's a lot of negotiation that can happen in the placement strategy between players. Like, it's very common.
I mean, the 8-4 is pretty good for me, honestly. It's not that bad. I mean, I'm between the 12-3-6 and then the 8-4 here. I think 6-3-12 probably is better. I think I prefer it.
DJ,
Yo, what's up, Ray?
could I have a couple wood trades and I leave 8-4? Or is that too much to ask?
I actually am okay. I'm like okay losing the 8-4.
Ray wants to go 9-4-2 to 6-2, huh?
That
Yeah,
would be a little
I'm-
better
I'm-
for me. But
I'm honestly like, I'm okay losing 8-4. It doesn't bug me. What do you want? You want me to give you like a wood trade for like a wood for sheep trade at some point in this game when you want it?
Yeah, wood for ore maybe.
I would do a wood for ore or a wood for sheep trade if you don't plow me.
One each. It's good for both of us.
I'll give you one free wood trade on my second wood. So not the wood I have, but my next wood.
Okay.
I'm looking at the 4-11-3 or the 8-4.
That's fair.
I kind of have to go all in.
Okay, man.
Go for it.
Watch the
Hits him
timer.
with the Sag, okay,
If
man.
you don't try to plow me here.
We're good. We're good.
Okay, thank you.
So how are you? What are you here? You're 8, 11, 10, 6, 4, 3. I mean, your wood port is nice. 4, 11, 3 gives interesting roll. I mean, you're a role player here, obviously.
All right. Now, something I do see, and you can call it table talk, but I think the 9s are really, really strong for Ray.
This is true.
I agree.
I like that you bought a dev though. Protect our 6 and our 9 really well.
Obviously, Dandy
see,
also.
that's already the art there, right there. Isn't it?
Team
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
He's saying it's our 9. It's not his 9. It's our 9. Look at that.
We're a team,
Not
man.
to
We're a
mention
team.
Yeah,
Huh?
I mean, that 9 is just giving
Yeah.
him so much.
Oh.
It's brutal out here.
Okay. I want to block Ray because he's double dev'd here, obviously. I'm between the 4 or the 9. Or even the 10, potentially. I'm not sure too much.
I will say there is a small case, right?
Okay.
That we want to preserve our knights. You don't want to make me play mine to keep ourselves protected. So maybe you want to block there.
There's a lot of we talk here, though. What are you holding in hand?
I think the 9 is very reasonable here.
I'm going to hit the 10 because Drew also can pull cards.
That's fair.
I think we're going to hit this. Very nice brick steal. They call me money.
This is gonna get brutal fast.
Ui.
Okay, 6s.
This is a very simple turn for me.
I do think there's something to be said about hitting Ray.
Look, I'm not gonna aggro knight here. It seems like not the ideal play. I feel like DandyDrew last game would have told me not to do it.
Does anybody want wood?
Okay, so we'd love a 7
So
here.
bad.
Would be so money. Oh.
I'm telling you, it's only getting worse, Bav. It's
Yeah.
only getting worse for you.
I mean, this could still be a city though, right?
He's gonna get everything more here.
By the way, chat just did a poll on who's likely to win. I think Ray got 64% of the votes. Oh, big 7.
You don't got a knight down?
I don't.
Okay, that's a win of sorts.
DJ's gonna hit that wood port. Dandy's settled. 888 wheat with the wheat port. There's army. Oh my god, dude. Like everyone else is playing at like normal speed, and then it's just Ray who's 6 or 7 points already. No
Can't stop
7s.
rolls.
Please no 7. Please no 7. They call me money.
Huh.
Great news for the family.
Did I place wrong this game, or is it just everything going incorrectly for me?
They call me money.
Nice, DJ.
Thanks.
Big city.
The problem is the ore port is pretty gross on top of it all.
That's true. No, I'm between the 10 and the 9. Now with the ore port, I think it's okay.
Also, if you see Dandy as someone who could potentially take army from Raymond, you want to enable his rolls to still be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, at this, Jesus.
Ray, oh well, not Ray, but Raya.
First time this entire game, my games looked okay.
The mono?
He didn't even realize it. Yeah, I mean, I had to do something.
Oh, you monoed?
Yeah.
Took all the ore, my dude.
Oh,
All the ore, all
dude,
four
that's
ore.
tough, man.
Oh, bruv. No.
Yeah, I need that wheat, man. I
No.
need that wheat to compete.
Bruv. You can't do
Wait.
that, man. That's what Dandy needed.
I needed that, man. I would have traded. Why didn't you ask?
Well, it was so much. Like Drew, how much did I get?
All of my wheat.
Dude, I
I
need
don't
need
know. I don't think I'm the steal.
Well, you still got 2 down devs, so I don't know, man. I
Yeah.
don't know what
Yeah,
this
I mean-
does.
You're also doing well. If
Yeah, no, I was actually hesitant to think like, oh, who do I actually steal from?
Knight comes out. Okay. I mean, the
I think
6
it's
is
the-
valid.
Yeah, I think it's
yeah.
the 6 now. I guess
But
if
if we're taking army, then why is it still me? Like he's at 7.
I don't know it. I don't know if we're taking army or not. Well, Ray's close. I mean, I think you win with 2 rows, right, Ray?
I don't want to say what my other dev is.
Well, you don't have a mono.
his other dev,
Yeah, I mean, Ray's sitting with VPs for sure.
he's also like 2 9s away from winning. Let's be real. If he has 2, oh, unless he loses army. Never mind. Then that changes the game.
Look at
Changes the
Dav.
calculus.
Yeah. What?
All right, DJ, it's Dav.
I think I'm just putting it on the 9 wheat and I'm stealing from
Dav.
David. Do you have a knight? You have a knight?
Yeah, I do. No, you put it on the 9. I'll put it back on the 6. I think the 6 is a good block.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the road builders are drained. The monos are drained. Huh? There's army. Ooh.
I feel like when Hakuna, Buckle, and Shin are in a game, it's like a beer drinking game. I feel like this is a
They were literally drinking beer.
I feel like this is a sweatband game.
It will be real. I think you still have to hit right here though, because I don't have another knight.
Yeah, so there are what? There are like 3 knights left in the pack? Or he might probably has in hand as well. I'm just going to block the 10 here.
Yeah, but then you steal from me.
Well, yeah, but yeah.
And then, yeah. I mean, you're only making it more difficult for me to hold army.
I think David's on 9.
I'm not on
Yeah.
9.
He has him.
Maybe the 5 or then.
I'm actually not on 9, like no cap.
No cap.
I think there are 2 points in this deck. Maybe just 1. I mean, it could be 0,
Yeah, he's probably.
I guess. I guess it's got to be for the army clutch.
Yeah, remember when you modded all my week?
I do. And I'm doing really well here.
Gotta be the 9.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you not have a knight? You got a Yop and a VP?
Me?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Nice, Ray.
Basically, chat, I just need to pull a card, I think. It was a bit of a lazy... I probably should have carded, but still.
What in the world?
Whoa.
What is going on here? Hold up, game. Stop it.
Yeah, rip. I shouldn't
Yeah.
have City, to be honest. I should have pulled. That was a misplay. Oh my god.
Oh, now I have to.
I wish I could City again.
Hey, yo.
DJ's probably holding a knight. Oh my god, dude.
I think David just wins.
He has no port, though.
Doesn't have a port.
I am
yeah.
portless. Yeah, this is my main issue.
7.
No 7. Is it though? I'm actually...
You gotta be super close down.
You're not wrong. You are right, actually. Hey, boys, GG.
GG.
Yeah,
Damn,
good
man.
game.
I did not expect to win this. Ray looked so ahead at the
Ray,
beginning,
you have
and
4
then...
VPs? You have
Like,
4
losing
VPs?
army just killed that momentum. Crazy, man.
Dude,
Yeah.
I was pretty close multiple turns. If Brick had rolled, I was gonna try to ply you and get the 5-4. I
Oh,
was
really?
thinking that most of the game, yeah.
Really,
Because my thought
yeah.
is, if I go 5-4 and
Mm.
then I go 9-11 and I connect across the middle, those are my best settlements.
Yeah, I think like the turning point for me was I had 11 cards and 1 wheat, and that's what Drew
Oh,
stole.
that's
and
when
then
you said you lost
that
the...
kinda-
Yeah.
Yeah, that decimated it. But obviously good luck at the start for sure to get going like that.
And the 96 is just massive here, man.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there was a case for me to take that over the...
I was gonna say, well, Dandy, why don't you just take the 6-5-10?
I like the flexibility of the 5-10-8, and I did see the potential weight port. But yeah,
Mm.
I mean, that is definitely a play as well to take the 6-9.
Because you're probably getting the 8-4 or the 8-10 on the way back.
Yeah, you might be true there.
That's a defensive play, right? The 6-5-10 to stop both big spots.
Kind of, because it's just marginal benefit, right? So if you take 6-5-10, people have to settle for the 9-10 or 8-10, and you're gonna
Yeah.
get on the 8 no matter what.
Cool round, man. Hey, that was really fun. Thank you, Ray and DJs, for
Yeah.
playing. It was really an honor and a pleasure.
It was a good time.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it, guys.
So, Drew, you,
All right, man.
the man, you have run the gauntlet. How was it?
Fantastic. Like I said earlier, I think what you're doing for the community and the streaming, and it's just straight value, and that's awesome to see. So like I said, I'm honored to be here and appreciate it. And you won, even better.
That's true. That's actually true. Drew, I'm not going to keep you too long, but is there anything you would like to plug? Anything on your side?
Not particularly. I mean, I do stream occasionally, so feel free to follow me at GM DandyDrew. That's really about it. And I'd say if you're interested in getting involved with the community, I think look at the Championship League. They're all great Discords, but that's where I primarily play, and I'm Ray's there, DJ's there, Delighted shows up from time to time. So,
All right. Well, this has been really fun. Great having you on. You killed it. Have a good one.
David, appreciate it. Everyone take care, and I'll see you on the island, right?
Yes, sir. Another really fun episode. And I won. Chat, can you believe it? I actually won a game against good players. What happened?